Good morning, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. This is Rich again, back for your first video blog of the day for Sunday, August 10, 2014, around 7:35 in Billerica, Massachusetts. It's going to be a nice sunny day, highs in the low 80s. Some news to report. The LA Angels of Anaheim beat the Boston Red Sox by a score of 5-4 in 19 innings with a walk-off home run by Albert Pujols. And also it's Happy International Biodiesel Day. And that's about it for the news. And my next subject is my continuation series of the top 10 players of each NHL franchise history. And my next team is the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Pittsburgh Penguins came into the National Hockey League in 1967. They didn't have too much success in the first 17 years in the NHL. They weren't a great team, and a couple of times they were on the verge of moving or bankruptcy, but in 1984 they got a franchise player in Mario Lemieux, and he led them out of the doldrums and into the promised land. In 1991 and 1992 the Penguins won 2 straight Stanley Cups, but by the late 90s, the team was in financial trouble on the verge of being sold or folded, but Mario Lemieux saved the day again, and he bought the Penguins in 1999 and kept them in Pittsburgh, and they got another franchise player in Sidney Crosby in 2005, and then they won the Cup again in 2009, and they're a very competitive team, and they now have a new arena, and they'll be a competitive team for years to come. Here's the top 10 players in Penguins history. Coming in at number 10 is Sly Alps Jr. Sly Alps Jr. was a great player. He led the Penguins scoring 3 times. He played in the 1975 All-Star Game, and he's in at number 10. Number 9 on the all-time list is Rick Keough. Rick played with the Penguins in the 70s and 80s, and he was a consistent goal scorer. I think 8 straight years he scored 20 or more goals in the Penguins uniform, topping out with 55 goals in 1981. He's in at number 9 on the all-time list of great Penguins players. At number 8 on the list of all-time Penguins players is goaltender Tom Barrasso. Tom is number 2 on the all-time list of most wins in the Penguins history. He led the Penguins to 2 Stanley Cups in net, and he comes in at number 8. At number 7 on the all-time list is Kevin Stevens. Kevin Stevens was a consistent goal scorer for the Penguins back in the 80s and 90s. He topped out at 50 goals a couple of times, and he was a great Penguins player. He comes in at number 7. At number 6 is Ron Francis. Ron Francis played for the Penguins for 7 years. He won 2 Stanley Cups with them. He was a great assist maker, playmaker. He was captain of the Penguins in the 1997-98 season, and he's a Hockey Hall of Famer. He comes in at number 6. At number 5 on the all-time list of greatest Penguins players of all time, Marc-Andre Fleury, the best goaltender in Penguins history, the all-time winningest goaltender of Penguins history. He won the Cup in 2009 with the Penguins, and he's in at number 5. Number 4 on the all-time list is Evgeny Malkin. Malkin was drafted by the Penguins in 2006, and he's a consistent point scorer. He won on Rookie of the Year in 2007. He won NHL MVP in 2012, and he's in at number 4. In at number 3 for the greatest Penguins players of all time, Jaromir Jagr. Jaromir played 11 seasons with the Penguins. He was a consistent all-star. He led the NHL in scoring a couple of times. He won the 1999 MVP for when he played for the Penguins. He was captain of the Penguins for 3 years. He comes in at number 3. Number 2 on the all-time list on Penguins players of all time, Sidney Crosby. Sidney is the best NHL player right now. He is the captain of the Penguins. He led the Penguins to win the Stanley Cup in 2009. He won 2 MVP awards as NHL's plus player, and he's continuing to grow. He's the best NHL player today, and he's going to probably have 500 goals and 1,000 points before his career's ended, and he's in at number 2. And in at number 1 as the greatest Penguins player of all time, Mario Lemieux. Mario Lemieux saved the Penguins twice, as a player and as an owner. He's the best captain in Penguins history, best player in Penguins history. He's probably one of the top 10 players in NHL history. He led the Penguins to 2 Stanley Cups. He won 3 MVP awards. He led the NHL in scoring several times, and he is the savior of the Penguins franchise. He's probably one of the greatest athletes in Pittsburgh sports history, and Mario Lemieux comes in at #1 of all time as Penguins players. And that's about it for this blog. I'll be back later on with another one of these video blogs, and then tomorrow I continue the list of the 10 greatest players of each NHL franchise, and the next team on the list is the Penguins' rival, the Philadelphia Flyers, the Broad Street Bullies. I'll see you later, Facebook friends and YouTube followers.